Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. And where we realize our glasses are dirty as soon as we turn the camera on because we're looking at the bright light shining, reflecting all of the crud off our glasses.
I was actually sitting here thinking, wow, mine aren't dirty for once.
Today is Monday, February 3rd. I have no words for last week. I mean, I just don't. 2 air accidents within 48 hours. I have no words. I have no words. It was not a good week. Like, even though I wasn't personally affected by the tragedies, it was not a good week. It was hard to watch.
No, I'm sorry, I was a little too distracted by the fact that the universe decided to dunk on my head.
Plus, I'm still going through my own grieving process.
Okay, we have 5 of these very, very important items. In 2 days, 3 of them decided to kaput. And it's my job to get them back up and running. And it's 5 to 6 figures a day that we're losing if I don't get them up and running. I got them up and running. The day that 2 of them went down in the same day, my coworker had to be off for personal reasons. I don't know how I got, everybody was like, I don't know how you got 2 of those done in a day, but thank you.
Yeah, that's rough.
So, and that was basically the pace for all of last week. So I kicked my own backside.
It was a rough week last week. It's been a rough 2 weeks.
Yeah, I have not been in the mood to do things involving needle and thread. I feel horrible about it, but I enjoy doing it. But I just can't. My brain is fried. I can't stitch. Are you the stitch to relax or stitch to have fun types? Like, can you do it when you're tired? Can you do it when you're exhausted?
Yeah, depends on how tired I am, because I do, when I start getting tired, I slow down, I get distracted easily, and then I'm like, I need to just put this away because I'm going to make mistakes.
Yeah, when I get tired, it's like, there's no possible, it's going to happen.
And that's kind of when I switch to doing one of my other crafts.
I got so tired most of this week. I couldn't even watch TV because I wanted to watch the episodes coming on an anime, and I wanted to enjoy them, and I was too tired to pay attention to the plot.
You know what my problem is? I've realized what my problem is with TV and movies. I like historical stuff. Like, when I look at books that I like, they are historical or they are fantasy. That's not much made into TV and movies anymore. That's why I don't like TV.
So basically, I need to get you hooked on anime.
I don't know.
There's a lot of fantasy in anime.
It's just, kind of thing. So this morning at 7:57, I don't remember what it was. It was 7 something. It was 7 early o'clock. It was barely 7 o'clock because I had just made it downstairs. Dog was outside going to the bathroom. My text message goes off. Ding. I look at it, and it's a lady from across the church that I'm friends with. She's like, "Oh, by the way, church this morning is in the big church because the heat in the little church is broke." Okay, thanks for the heads up. Good to know. Hope it's not too critical to fix. Put the phone down. Got the dog in the house. Got the dog her breakfast. Got finished getting my breakfast together. Sat down to eat my breakfast. Oh dear, the candles from the Candlemas display this weekend, from the weekend, are still sitting up over at the big church. Laura went to church early this morning and took them down in record time. I walk in, I've got 2 bags of fabric because somebody that had done a lot of sewing for the church had fabric that she brought back and put it in the Prayer Shawl Ministry closet. So I took it and went over and put it in our church, in our decorating fabric closet in the big church. Put that in there, and then I'm really quickly trying to grab, I'm literally carrying as many candles as I can in my arms. The lady that text messaged me came over. She goes, "I didn't know if we were supposed to take this down or not." I said, "Well, I'm pretty sure if it didn't get taken down, Father wouldn't care." I said, "But I did realize right like 5 minutes after you text messaged me that it was still up, so I made plans to get here to get it down so that it wasn't. That was entertaining. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. My day. And then I went up to Danbury, which is where Grandpa used to live. The senior living community he used to live in. I help. There's a lady up there whose parents are up there. I take Stamp It Up card classes from her monthly at her house. She put two and two together that my grandfather was up there. And she knew my grandpa, and she's like, oh, come help me with the card classes. So I've been helping her with the card classes, and I was scheduled to help her with the card class today. I said, yes, I'll come help. I'm more than happy to come help. And I did. And I was. And all of the little ladies that knew Grandpa were very wonderful. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. We're going to miss him. I'm like, yeah, I know. They're very sweet. That was my day. So it was an okay day.
Nothing exploded today. I had a great day.
Nothing terrible happened. It was just...
That is such a horribly low bar. But I met it because every single day last week, something imploded, something exploded, something broke.
I was very amused by the church. I have no idea if they've got the heat fixed for the chapel. I don't think they do. Which means church will be in the big church tomorrow.
Just to let you know exactly how crazy our week was last week, we own a different refrigerator.
Yes, and I now have a new shiny refrigerator. With a big old dent in it.
It's not a big dent. That big.
It's like that big.
I'm sorry.
Someday he'll learn not to just pull his way through.
Honey, I'm going to do that through the pearly gates.
I'm sure you will.
Because I was rushing and panicking because I wanted to get it done because it was late. And
I forgot to tell Denise I wanted to order something. I'll have to text message her later.
Yeah.
It was late. You were rushing like you always do.
No, would you like to know what happened? I didn't realize that I actually had to move the new fridge out of the way to open the door all the way because it was such a tight fit. I didn't realize.
I legit want to know how they got that old refrigerator in the house, unless they came in through the front door and hauled it all the way through. Because y'all, it barely went out the back door. It was scraping going out the back door.
She also had 3 fracking teenagers.
Probably why the back door is all jacked up. But anyways.
I mean, the hardest part was the fact that our steps are inside the back deck, so it doesn't take up any room on the sidewalk. And the problem is the opening for the steps is smaller than the refrigerator, so we basically had to slide the refrigerator on the deck out past the sidewalk and then lower it down.
Yeah, it was interesting.
My arms hurt for a day.
Yeah, it was quite a... But we have a nice, lovely new refrigerator, and there's plenty of space in it, and I'm excited about it.
All I gotta say is, my dent is smaller than a magnet, so I should be fine. You love me?
I do. I do. Alright, well, tell us about your week.
Comment below.
Let us know. I guess we do shout-outs.
Anna, Andrea, Ann, Teresa, Bridget, Lynn, Tamara. I was checking to see if there was a shook over the E to see if it was Annie.
No, it's just Ann.
That's what I was checking.
Well, I don't know if it's Ann or Annie. Some people spell it this way and pronounce it Annie. Some people spell it that way and pronounce it Ann.
Which is why I was like,
There's no pronunciation guide in your names on YouTube, so if I've pronounced it wrong, I do apologize. Please try to correct me.
Annie, let us know.
Please try to correct me. So Anna and Bridget both asked about 24 hours of cross stitch because I talked about that last week. So 24 hours of, and I gave Anna like the Cliff Notes version of it. So 24 Hours of Cross Stitch was started by Quirks and Stitches. Jen over at Quirks and Stitches. She's another Flosstuber. She hasn't put a Flosstube out in a while though. Her husband did a 24-hour gaming charity event, which inspired her and her mom to see if they could cross stitch for 24 hours straight, and they did. So, and they filmed bits and pieces of it. So the next time they did it, people kind of were excited and formally joined in on it. So the third time they did it, they started a group. There was a Facebook group, and I can't remember if it went I can't remember exactly when, but eventually they switched it over to sort of a marathon weekend sort of thing. So that way, if you wanted to not stay up for 24 hours straight trying to cross stitch, it's more try to get 24 hours of cross stitching in a 72-hour window over the weekend. A couple of my friends and I have
38-hour days.
Yeah. One of my friends and I have morphed it into a reason to start a new project. That's what we've kind of...
Any excuse is a good excuse.
I mean, really, any excuse is a good excuse, but it does give us a nice, start point for something. So, it's kind of what we do. You can do it however you want, and not everybody gets the full 24 hours in the weekend. I don't think, honestly, most of the time I do. Just because weekends are the busy time. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're here, you're there, you're, stopping, starting, you gotta go do grocery shopping, and we go to church, and we go to my parents' house for dinner, and I do laundry during the week, so I don't have to worry about laundry, but, you're running errands and such. So, it is what it is. We have a good time with it, or we try to have a good time with it. So, that's what 24 Hours of Cross Stitch is. Now we're gonna go to Whips. He's already told you he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, brain go.
Brain go.
Yeah, I actually got a video game so that I can lose myself in it for the last week. It's one of those games. It's a game that's in the similar vein to Minecraft, but it's 2D. It's like you make stuff to make stuff to make stuff to make stuff. It's called Factorio. And it's just a really good one problem leads into another constant thing. So you blink and it's 3 hours later, which is what I really needed last week.
Fair enough. Alright. Well, let's see. What was the theme last week for Daily 30? Weird holidays. So, right off the bat, the Stitch in Gold or Yellow Floss was my pass. To stitch on something that, so I pulled out Midnight Sale, and this was to stitch on something with something that you could pop, like bubble wrap, and something that you could relate to the sea. I don't remember which weird holiday that was for, but this was only a 200 stitch count week, so this is where I got 428 stitches in, all of it filling in this big old giant moon. This moon is giant. It's a very big moon. This is on a piece of 32 count, 28 count because it's sparkly. I mean, I custom dyed it for myself, but I could replicate it if you wanted me to, because I do remember what color I used.
You want to know something sad?
What?
I literally just, my ADHD went from big moon to sparkly to, could you imagine getting glitter on that?
On what?
Your moon.
The moon is sparkly. It's got glitter in it.
I'm not talking about the one in the sky. I'm talking about the one in your pants.
You know, I used to be a toddler teacher. It's probably happened. Let's be real.
Actually, no. I'm more thinking you sit down and it's behind you, and you bump it and it falls down and just goes right into the plumber's area, and now you got sparkly farts for the next 2 days.
Oh, that would be a disaster. That would be a disaster.
When you have to call over your significant other to help scrub out your bunghole because it's glitterified.
Alright, well now that I'm disturbed. Moving along. My next project offering for the week was Ottoman Hawk Run Hollow. There we go. And this was used for Stitch on a Whip that has puzzled you and Stitch on a Whip that has 2 or more houses. We'll get to the puzzled me here in a second. You will see. This is on a piece of 32 count that I custom dyed that I definitely need to cut to length because I still haven't done that yet. I am lazy. But I did 412 stitches on it. Finished filling in this pumpkin. Started working on this pumpkin. And this is the puzzle of this project. Those 2 lines should be... They don't. I don't know why.
Yes, you do. I told you. It's somewhere in here.
I can't figure out what the problem is.
I showed you where the problem was.
No, yeah, you did not show me exactly where the problem was. Okay, you're going to show me where the problem is, and we're going to mark it then next time.
Okay, well, I got to do. Keep that out. I'll look for it after dinner. Because I know about where it is. I just got to do the counting to catch it. Because one of the one of the segments you skipped.
Okay, well, yes, I need to cut this down to size because I am lazy. I haven't done that yet. That's what it is. This is a reasonable facsimile of what I called Cleveland Crud, which is a nice, lovely light gray. It's a great color for a fabric. It is the worst color for the sky in mid-February when you've been looking at it for 2 months straight.
You know what? It could be worse. The sky could be falling white stuff all over us.
At least the sky is not dropping white stuff all over us anymore. This is true. Okay, so then I switched, because that was like Wednesday that I finished those 2 projects. I switched to, you remember the small that I had started last week? You are remembering because you're seeing a picture of it floating over my face. I decided I was just going to use that to chunk in time and finish it up. I missed 4 stitches on it.
So I don't get to ring the bell?
You get to ring the bell because I'm going to put those stitches on it. I have to figure out where the floss is for this because I already put it away.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It was a freebie from the Scarlet House in 2022, and I forgot to put the little collars on the reindeer, so I have to find some green floss and throw the collars on the reindeer. I can't believe I did that. Close enough.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that I just randomly had floss over here or the fact that it works.
When I was stitching on this, I looked at it. I don't think I want to do it as an ornament. I think it's a little big for an ornament for the tree. So I think I'm going to finish it as a small into something to put, like, out. Maybe like a pillow or something.
I just had an interesting idea.
What?
I might have to just go get a piece of particle board or a really thin piece, cut it out to size so it looks like a big Christmas tree type thing, paint it green, hang it up on the wall, and all of the smalls you have that are supposed to be ornaments or slightly too big, hang it from that tree as a wall decoration.
That'd be an interesting wall decoration. That's bigger than I thought you were going with that.
Where'd you think I was going with that?
So, Dollar Tree sells, like, small wood, like, I don't know, 8 by 10-ish, maybe a little bit bigger, wood cutouts of various sizes, and I know one of them was a Christmas tree.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
what I would really
something
like
like
to get my hands on is some old barn wood to make some nice boards for mounting. I need to figure out to get some hands on some wood. finished that, I decided I wanted to stitch another small for the month. So I pulled out the Hands-On Design 2022 anniversary freebie. So every year, I cannot remember her name, that is the designer behind Hands-On Design, in the month of February, releases some sort of love-related freebie because it's her anniversary month. So, and this is called Love. This is from 2022.
Done?
Yes, it is done. It's not showing up very well. There it is. That's better, I guess. Well, if it would focus. This is on some random fabric that I found in my stash that I know I dyed. Don't ask me what color it is. I don't know. I did change it a little. I pulled my own flosses and changed the inside line she had done in a blue. I didn't really like it because it looked very patriotic. I'm like, I want it to be more Valentine-y, so I did 2 shades of pink.
Hey, honey.
What?
I love you!
I love you. I am going to...
I love you too, Bandy. Jeez.
Someone needs to go P-O-T-T-Y.
Do we have to pause?
I think we're going to have to be... She's being a bit insistent, so... Hold, please. Okay, we have returned. The dog is piddled.
I'm confused.
And confused. Yes. Okay. Then I decided to work on my yearly project. One of my yearly projects. So I pulled out the reindeer, which is the only one I haven't worked on yet for the yearly. And now I'll go back to the beginning, which is pick one of the 3.
The before times.
Okay. I got 518 stitches in it. The reindeer is all finished.
Yay!
The reindeer is all stitched in. So now I just need to put the big snow flower, I forget the name of it, that's down here. Some snowflakes. There's a tree behind his butt. And snowflakes.
I'm going to do this because I have to.
What?
Boing!
Oh my goodness.
What?
This is on a 32 count custom that I dyed. I could probably figure out what color it is if you want it. That's just how it's going to be with fabric from here on out. I can figure it out if you want it.
You'll get an approximation.
Nobody wants to buy my stuff. Okay. So I've done yearly 500 stitches on each of the 3 of them. I'm going to go start the pile again. I would really like to get 500 stitches on each of my yearly pieces in a month. But I also would really like to work on this pile of freebie charts I have that grows constantly. So I'm going to make it a goal to do at least one of my freebies a month. My freebie smalls a month. And if I get to touching each of the 3 yearlies in the month, great. If I don't, oh well. I would rather get that pile done because I print out these freebies because I want to stitch them. Why am I not stitching them? Why?
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, basically. Alright, so that takes us to, I worked on the monthly. I did find the cover photo for this. Unfortunately, that led me to another problem. I thought the cover photo was in with the packaging that had the finished nativity pieces, the pieces that I've stitched, the fabric for the pieces I haven't stitched, the material for the FFOing, it's not in there. Oh, and the other charts, because I don't have all of the charts. It wasn't there. It was just the piece of paper that had the... I have no idea where the rest of the kit is. So I did 642 stitches on it before we came to that revelation. There's thread hanging off of it because this needs to come out. It's not in the right spot. I am 1 stitch too wide, and I was working it out with just...
So hex as always.
Yeah. I knew I was 1 stitch too wide on this, so I knew I needed to add an extra column of stitches in over here. I probably did this and just didn't count it right to just be like, well, if I follow this out, that's the edge, I can just put that extra stitch in. What my plan is to finish the green yellow dress, and then figure out where in here it would be best to add the extra column. I've already kind of done that in a spot. But the other thing is, if I can't figure out where the rest of the kit is, there is absolutely 0 point in finishing that. So I'm gonna try to find the kit. If I don't find it by the weekend, we're gonna go back to Cathedral Wood Goddess for the monthly. I don't know where to do the kit. This project really is cursed.
Maybe we should put it back into the pile.
I thought it was in the. I thought it was in here. It might be in the trunk. I have not opened the trunk. I made this revelation this morning. Or actually, it was. Well, yeah, it was.
Well, I've seen it in the trunk.
It was in between Mass and having to go to the card class. At that point, I just was not in the mental place to try to pull everything out of the trunk. I knew I was going to have to get in the trunk tonight after we filmed, because I'm going to have to take up my projects for the week. I'm going to look for it in the trunk. You'll find out next week whether or not I found it, because if I'm not
anybody that lives within 100 feet of us and hears the F-bomb, she didn't find it.
Yeah, that was 642 stitches, and that was my stitching for the week. So I have some haul. Before I do this, I have some haul. I don't know where to start. Let me start with this. So when I go and do the card making classes up at Danbury, if they have extra kits, the two, because it's my Stamp It Up lady and another lady that make up they each make up 2 kits. So, and there's 2 of us that are like helpers. So there's 4 of us that circle around the room and make the cards with the people, with the folks. If there's extra kits, they offer us the kits. So I did get 2 of the kits for 2 of the cards that were made today, and then Denise very generously stamped up the cards that I missed last week because I couldn't go to my card making class last week because of Grandpa's funeral for me. So I just have to figure out how to put them together.
I'm pretty sure she would help you if you asked.
She has pictures. She's like, I'll send you the pictures. I need to remind her tomorrow to send me the pictures. She has a very full plate on Mondays. Alright, so...
And you don't.
I do. And then this came last week. This is my February Annie's card kit. They're very light colored. They are Valentine's themed cards. They're lovey-dovey cards. Valentine's Day. And then last week, when I finally made it back to Daily Mass on Tuesday, the gals at the Prayer Shawl Ministry gifted me a prayer shawl from the ministry just to, comfort me while I'm going through my grieving process. It is blessed by Father. So, and then one of the gals in the decorating group over at the church got to go to Italy on a pilgrimage. She got to go to, so she went to the Vatican. She brought us back the most gorgeous rosaries from the Vatican. I have mine put with my other prayer stuff in my bag. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I love rosaries. I tell people, if you don't know what to get me, buy me a rosary, because if it's not blessed, I'll get it blessed. Because I like rosaries. So that's haul for the week. let's go into plans. Do you have any plans?
Oh.
Oh, I need to open this.
I'll go play my video game and recover.
Love you.
Hopefully the universe stops kicking me in the...
Okay.
Okay, so what's up?
So this week we have weird place names. These are places around the world with weird names. Number 1. Oh wait, we have to find my list of projects in Potentia. My whips so that we can make our decisions. Okay. So, prompt 1 is Dogtown. It doesn't tell me what state it is. Mono County. Located in Mono County, Dogtown is a Gold Rush era ghost town. I'm guessing possibly Nevada, because it is in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. There are several other areas called Dogtown, including an area in the Mendocino National Forest. In fact, Dogtown has been used as a name for towns and areas that often experience some type of struggle or hardship. Today, Dogtown is a ghost town not far from the famous Bodie ghost town. Okay, so it's in California. So the prompt is to stitch on a whip you struggle with.
Lace corset.
I can do that. Have I?
No.
No check mark.
I'm looking for the check marks. I know what I'm doing. I might have been doing this for a few years now.
Okay. Prompt number 2. Bummersville. Bummerville. Bummerville is located in Calaveras County, California. The origins of the name can be traced back to the mid-1800s during the gold rush. Like many towns and settlements that emerged during this period, Bummersville name is rooted in the history and character of the region. Legend has it, Bummerville got its name due to the presence of a group of miners who were known for their relaxed, carefree lifestyle, aka bums. Over time, the community grew and developed. The name Bummerville stuck. Today, it is a small, unincorporated community nestled in the picturesque foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Stitch on a whip that depicts a leisurely activity.
I have an idea. I don't know if you can count it. Porch welcome.
That is absolutely.
Because if sitting on your flipping porch isn't leisurely, why do you have a porch?
I mean, you are not wrong. Okay. Bumblebee! There we go. Bumblebee is a former mining town. Okay, so these are all in California. Located in...
Doesn't surprise me.
Marisapina. I think the member that wrote it, yeah, she's from California. In Mariposa, I didn't say that right, county. It got its nickname during the gold rush. Legend has it that prospectors exploring this region stumbled upon a rich deposit of gold flakes shimmering in the sunlight. The sight of the glistening gold brought to mind the appearance of bumblebees, prompting them to name the area Bumblebee. Stitch in gold thread or on a whip with a bumblebee. That's going to be a pass. Okay. Weed. Despite what people may assume about this town in Northern California, it was named after the founder of the local lumber mill, Amberner Weed. Weed has a small historic downtown and a population of just over 2,800 people. Stitch on a whip with a weed. Stitch on a whip with a weed or a plant that looks like a weed.
This is an alternative Stitch week. These are weird.
They are very weird. Hold, please. We've returned. Dinner was done. Cooking. And as Joe so elegantly pointed out, all plants are weeds if they grow in a place where you don't want them to.
I learned this because of the fact that grass in a flower bed is considered a weed.
There is a plant on Porch Welcome that would probably qualify.
That works.
As looking like a weed. Which works out with the last prompt, and I can do that on Lace Corset. Stitch on a whip of your choice and tell us about a place name near you that is a little unusual.
Okay, which should we go with? Try to pronounce Illyria or try to pronounce Medina? Or Worcester?
Try to pronounce Worcester. There is also a place in Ohio named Upper Sandusky. It's below Sandusky. I could probably find some very weird. There is a place, it's not actually like a P.O. box, like a zip-coded town. There's a place in Lorain County. And if you look at it on a map, on Google Maps, it comes up as like a little village town name. Whiskeyville. I could come up with some stuff. Okay. So that is our prompts for the week. The monthly, the acrostic is Knitting Co. Knitting Co. I have done the K and the N on Nativity because the pattern was designed by Cooler Designs, and the kit is called Nativity. So I'm going to have to come up with fitting the Nativity into some of these letters. We'll see how we do.
Is that specifically, which ones do you want to do? The Cathedral Wood Goddess, right?
So it's either Cathedral Wood Goddess or Nativity.
Bring the list back up.
Since I worked on Cathedral Wood Goddess last month, I was working on, here's your list, Knitting Co. I need ITTINGCO.
Goddess. Easy.
Yes.
She looks incredible and immaculate.
Mary was the Immaculate Conception. I would like to focus on Nativity unless I can't find it.
God.
Yes.
That's easy. Let me see. 'Twas the night before Christmas.
Yeah, these are gonna get weird. Sorry, Sharon. It's okay. Some
Twinkle, twinkle, little
some
star.
got a little weird last month, too. Okay, so that's plans, and that is it for the week. My question for you all is, I very much confused my Facebook people today. Today is the day the music died. Do you know what that means? I'll tell you next week.
Can I give them a hint? La 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 bamba!
Today is the day the music died. If you know what that means, answer below. Because I really want to know now.
And please let me know if you know why I did that.
Okay, now that's going to be stuck in my daggone head for the rest of the
That
day.
was kind of the point of the song.
Why I know this little factoid of history is also very odd.
Next week we'll go over
We'll
it.
talk about it next week. What do we want the people to do?
Please like, comment, share, bell notification alert thingy. Make sure you're getting our messages. Interact with us. Make YouTube happy.
Interact with us, make me happy. I want to interact with you. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Poker.
We hope you had a wonderful time spending some time with us today. We hope you enjoyed yourself and you were entertained.
Are you not entertained?
for continuing to put up with our crazy. And
Sorry if you're wearing headphones.
We'll see you next week. Bye!
Bye!